Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. You got Bruce Woodburn, Cross Country Mortgage, and yes, I am the Lone Arranger. I'm arranging loans for you, your friends, your family, your co-workers. You know what? If you're an employer and you want to help your employees, you know how important it is that you help your employees become homeowners. I want to give you a statistic. So about 25 years ago, I tried to create some type of a program where I could get in front of a lot of people to help a lot of people, because a mortgage or a real estate transaction is kind of singular. You got a buyer, you got a client that wants to buy a home. I got a client that wants to refinance, or a client that wants to buy. It's individual. So I'm in front of one family at a time. So I thought, how can I get in front of a lot of people? Well, I thought, well, maybe if I got in front of corporations to help the company help their employees to become homeowners. I thought, what a great idea. So I thought about putting that together. And then I was doing home buyer seminars at churches and at community centers. And, a few people would come to those, but they weren't that successful. And, it just really didn't have the legs that I was hoping it would. So then I thought, well, let me work this thing and see if I can get employers to help me get their employees in front of them. Well, then I thought about it and I said, what benefit would that be for an employer to even want to do that? So I started doing some research. And the first place I went was to the Department of Labor and Statistics. And I found quite clearly they have a website that tells you how long your person is likely to stay with you. So each occupation, and it has occupations, it has thousands of them. And you can look up and go, yeah, that's pretty close to my job. I'm likely going to be on the job for 3.2 years, 4.1 years, 5.2 years. However, the thing that literally blew me away, that if you are a homeowner, you are more likely to stay with your employer 3 to 4 times longer than a renter. Now think about that. 3 to 4 times longer than a renter. Now think about that. If you're an employer, how do you like recruiting? How do you like attrition? How do you like your good employees leaving you to go to your competition? Doesn't that feel great? Doesn't that make you feel real good about yourself because they left you to go to another employer after you trained them for 5 years? That stuff's painful. And then the whole recruiting process, that's horrible. You don't even know how good somebody is till they work for you for 6 months. Then you can determine how good they are. So that whole recruiting process and hiring process is arduous and painful. So why don't we just want to keep the people that we have longer, help them become a homeowner? Now, that doesn't mean you have to help them financially, but you can help them by getting me in front of your employees to show the benefits of homeownership. I will connect them with the real estate agent that will give them 25% of their commission back. They get discounts on mortgage services because you're doing a bulk transaction with me, and we get your employees into homeownership and they stay with you. They actually are more loyal to you. But there's other there. We know the economic benefits of homeownership. And if you don't understand the economics of homeownership, I can't help you. Okay. I can't help you because there's no question that owning a home is much smarter than renting a home. There's no way around it unless you are ready to go into assisted living facility. It's better to own. You're going to make more money. Now, what we do is we go in and we help these employers help their employees become homeowners. Now, if an employer wants to kick in something to help, they can. So we created a whole system where I go in, I teach you how to learn to be a home buyer, what type of programs, we get you fully pre-approved. I connect you with a real estate agent that's going to go out and show you the properties and give you a discount. So now you're getting a discount back from the realtor, a discount from the mortgage guy, from me, and now we get you into a home. That employer will have an employee that will stay with them longer. But here's the other. You have the economic benefits of that. Because remember, the average renter in America has $10,000 to their name. The average homeowner has $230,000 to their name. Which one do you want? I know which one I want. So now that then creates a loyalty with the employer and the employee, because that employer was instrumental in helping them become a homeowner. That's very valuable. Now, there's other socioeconomic benefits to that. One of them, meaning you're more likely to vote. You're more likely to be involved in your teacher parent association. You're more likely to be involved in your neighborhood association. You have less alcohol and substance abuse issues. You have less teenage pregnancies in the household. Your children of homeowners on average have 9% higher math scores and 7% higher English and literature scores. That's the difference in a C and a B. That's the difference in a B and an A. That's the difference in a scholarship. So you talk about the benefits of homeownership, just being that you're saving money because you're not renting, it's far greater than that. My name is Bruce Woodburn. You want me to help your employees? You want me to help people to become homeowners? Come see me. We'll get you fixed up. And believe me, you won't get a sales pitch. You're going to get the truth. I'll show you the real facts, the numbers. Call me now. 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. Or Tampa Bay at 813-213-4009. That's 813-213-4009. Or go to webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. Call my office, start online. We can take the application in person, over the phone, on a Teams, on a Zoom meeting. You can do it online. Excuse me, any way to make it easier for you. You can drop your docs off. You can meet with me in person. We can do a consult. We'll do everything we can to help you. I have a client right now. I referred over to my friend Cleve Loveland. She called me from the radio show. She was already working with another agent, had been out looking for houses for 2 months. I hooked him up with Cleve's team. He went out. They found her a house. We got all the closing costs paid. They bought the house for 10 grand under appraised value and got the closing costs paid. We closed her this week. Single mom, fantastic. Absolutely love it. Happy as can be. Congratulations, Gabby. I hope you're listening to the show because I'm very proud of you for doing that. Single mom all on your own. By the way, single moms, you call me. I'm here to help you. You got a tough job. Listen, most of my employees in my office are single moms. Okay. I'm very sensitive. And thank God we have moms that are single moms because single dads are not working so well. Okay. We can't do as good of a job. We're not as good at doing it as single moms. We can't multitask as good as women can. Women have got an advantage over us when it comes to that. Now, I'm not saying men don't have our strengths. We're great at taking out the garbage and washing the car, and we can do our chores and we can do some things, and we do have skills that we bring to the table. Don't think we don't. We do. However, women, in my opinion, they're impressive because I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be a single mom. I told both my kids, thank God you had a great mom because I don't know if you'd have finished school with dad. I don't even know if you'd have eaten. And I'm like, Michelle would be out. She'd go out. She'd go, what'd you feed the kids? I don't know. They know where the fridge is. Well, they're 4 and 7. I'm like, I don't know. Well, they seem to know where the fridge is when you're here. So they can feed themselves. I'm like, she's like, no, this ain't going to work. Anyway, I'm just confessing that I think I was an okay dad. Was I a great dad? I probably could have been better. But however, I was there for my kids. I went to all their ball games and at least as many as I could. But I think I was an okay dad. I think my dad was a better dad for me than I was for my kids. Now, you'd have to ask my kids if that was the case. I don't know. Be interesting. But, my kids are born on the same day, 5 years apart, and they are completely different. My son turned into a Democrat because he married a Democrat. My daughter is a diehard conservative living in New York City, and it's driving her crazy. So, but yeah, my son went the other direction, went to the dark side. We're going to see if we can get him back one day. But right now, they are what they are, and they're both doing great. And I'm proud of both of them, and I love them equally. So that's what we do as parents. But I think my wife was probably more instrumental on making sure our kids were doing well. But, who knows? My daughter does seek advice from me now. Up until recently, I think she thought her dad was probably the dumbest person in the world and rolled her eyes whenever I had advice to give her. So now maybe that's changing a little bit. Maybe you have that same problem. Okay. Boys and girls, which is easier to raise? Oh, man, my son was a lot easier than my daughter. Holy moly. I thought I was raising a terrorist that was extorting me for a while there. Anyway, that's my personal things. My wife kind of gets mad at me when I share some of my personal stories, but I can deal with that once we get off the air. Sometimes her mom listens to the show and goes, "You won't believe what your husband's talking about right now." Okay, all right. I confess, Rammy, I'll tone it down a little bit. But anyway, let's get back on the market. I want you to know that if you have an interest rate above 6.99%, it might be time for you to refinance. If you have an FHA or VA loan above 6.99%, you call me immediately. Immediately. And don't think that going with the lender that's holding your note is a better deal. It's not. Now, you got a conventional loan, 699 or greater. I may or may not do that loan right now. We might wait. Now, here's what I'm doing with a lot of folks with conventional loans. I'm converting you over to a 15 or a 20-year loan. I'm knocking 10, 15 years off your mortgage payment, which is hundreds of thousands of dollars, and your payment doesn't change that much from what it is right now. So that may be a great opportunity for you. You want to change your loan term to a 15-year loan? Call me. Go to webringyouhome.com. On your application, I'm only going to pull a soft credit pull. We don't have to do a hard credit pull until you've agreed with the terms, you like the way it looks, then we can do a hard credit pull. Okay? But until then, let's not do anything to affect your credit negatively. So if you're looking to save money, maybe you're looking to lower your payment, eliminate PMI, convert to a 15 from a 30-year, I can help you with all that. We run the numbers, we determine which is the best way for you to go. We give you the options, and then you can make a decision. Now, listen, I close more loans than any other loan officer that you know out there. And I'm not telling you that to brag. I'm telling you that because I think my clients have really realized that I am a true advocate for them. I will not advise you to do something that's self-serving for you. The loan officers that are on my team are not commission-based. They are salary-based. You call your lender, they're commission-based, and they're going to get, the banks and the mortgage companies tell them which programs to sell that make them more money. Now, they're not supposed to do that, but if you don't think they're doing it, you're making a sad mistake. They are. Don't get bamboozled. You call the loan arranger. I promise you, if you don't think that I'm being 100% upfront and I'm not doing everything I can to make sure that you have the best information and you're getting the best deal, then fire me on the spot. Fire me. I'll even put you on the radio and you can tell everybody what a bad experience you had. You know why? It ain't going to happen. It's never going to happen. I'll guarantee you, I will always look out for you, your children, your coworkers, your grandchildren. I promise you, you're in good hands. But you got to be able to have that trust. And if you don't trust me, find somebody that you do trust. I don't know who it's going to be, but you can find somebody. And listen, I'm looking for loan officers out there now, and I'm literally interviewing like 3 or 4 a day, and I have not found any yet that I would hire that have the moral character, the moral background to make sure that they're taking care of you. And I won't hire them. And some of them have been in the business a long time and they know how to put a loan together, but I don't think they have the moral character that I'm looking for. So if you do have a high moral character, you want to help people, then you call me. I will be happy to talk to you about opportunities. In the meantime, you want to buy, refinance, call me now. In Tampa Bay, my boners at 813-213-4009 or Orlando at 407-706-3313 or go to webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. Now, I'm in all 50 states. I can help you. I'm doing mortgages for people all over the country. So just because it's not Florida, you don't worry. Have a great day. Love you. Thanks for listening. And I really appreciate each and every one. Have a great day.